In this video, we're going to go over everything about hogs, why we hog, how to place heal spells, the whole caboose. Point number one, why we hog. We hog because of ADs. When ADs go to level 6 or above, that is when we hog. Because level 6 ADs are a considerably riskier attack for dragons. So when we see them, when we see full level 6 ADs at Town Hall 8, we automatically go hog. What we need to be aware of with hogs is they do have a weakness. And their weakness is these fellows here, big bombs. So in our clan we use scouts to find those bombs, so we have an easier pathing around those big bombs so we don't get stunned by them. So they kill hogs, and we need to be aware of those. The role of the hog scout. Before you start hogging at Town Hall 8, ideally we want you using hogs at Town Hall 7 in this clan. That way you'll get used to them, and one of the key things that you'll see our Town Hall 7s do in our wars is hog scouting. And the role of the hog scout is to find the big bombs. Now in what you're about to see here, you're going to see one of our better hog scouts, Harry aka Matt, take out a hog base. And what you see him doing there is he's trying to trigger those double gaps here, there and there to see if there's any outside bombs, which will be a bonus. Now on this particular occasion I don't think he finds any. He has a bit of a problem with pathing here, but you'll see that he goes through those gaps and he doesn't trigger any bombs, hits a spring trap there. Now it's the lure time. Now when you lure, you want to ideally lure, and we're going to stop the replay at this point. He is going to bring in his hogs here, so if you have the option, bring in or lure and drag the troops from the clan castle to an area that's going to be behind where you're putting your hogs in. Again I say, bring the clan castle troops to an area behind where you're going to put your hogs in. He is going to put his hogs in here, so he's bringing them to here. The reason being that if you do that, that when your hogs go in, they will clear these defences. Those CC killing troops will be able to roll on for longer, and you'll get more value out of them. So say you were going to come in on this side, then you have the option with that builder's hut there to drag those CC troops over to there, and they could roll on and work for longer whilst your hogs were doing work here. In this case we're down to here, so we're just going to have a look at that. We're going to actually speed that up a bit. And the balloon is about to go. Boom, now we're done. Your CC troops are there, they're moving in there. The hogs are going to come in here. The role of the hog scout is to target double gaps. He could have gone at the top there. He's already gone at that gap, so he knows there's nothing there. That's a trickier one. He's going to try and deal with that down the line, but he's targeting here. He's going to find out what's here. So we're going to let this roll. There he goes. Widespread. That's called the spread formation. Also called the Asian wall if you want to see it on YouTube. Spread formation, Asian wall. There's one hill on the edge of where his hogs are. Another key point, the hills need to go down on the edge of where your hogs are and where they are about to go. One hill there. The next one will be right beside it. Bang, look at that, perfect. Just overlapping slightly, again on the edge of where the hogs are there. Hits a bomb, unfortunate, but that's what he's there to do, is to find those. You see those CC killing troops are still rolling there. He's getting good value out of them. Found another bomb. His hogs are all wiped out apart from his CC hogs, which are going to come in at the top here. And now there's no skeleton troops, so he's just going to deploy his archers on the edges so they stay as far away from the defences as possible to pick up the extra percentage to get 50%. Watch, because you would most probably think at this point he's not going to do it. He does do it. He's got 54 seconds left. He doesn't panic. You can see the percentage is going up. 34 now. 37. Still on the edges. We're up to 40. We're up to 47. He's actually targeting 3, 4. We're at 50, 51. It's done. He's got his loot for the war, and he's scouted those 2 bombs. Perfect job. There are 2 kinds of hog attacks when we hog. One is the Asian wall, which we've just seen, which the scouts use all the time. Under no circumstances are scouts to use the surgical hog. In this war, we're going to see our buddy Doc do a very good surgical hog. Now, before we get any further into this, I'm just going to tell you what we know. This base has already been scouted, and we know that there are 2 bombs there. In fact, we've just seen the scout for this base. It's the same base. There are 2 big bombs there, and there is one up here, I believe. It's not there. It's actually about there. So what Doc's going to do is he's going to clear the pathing here by coming in here, and the hogs will go that way up there. So from there up to there, and then hogs will come in here, round here, stay on the right hand side of the AD and go that way around the base there, staying away from the left hand side of the AD, which is where the bombs are. Surgical hogs is, as the word says, you are dissecting the base piece by piece at a time in order to get where you want to go, or to stay away from an area you don't want to be near. So we're going to watch this. We're going to speed up the lure. Doc does his double poison trick here, very nicely done as well. Here we go. Now he's gone for some king distraction here. When you have got the option to put your king on their king, always take it to distract the king, get him out of the way. This can be followed up by some archers, which will work very well for you to take care of that king. Now this is a funny one, because this king comes for their king and then stops. It's a weird one. I've not seen that too often, to be honest. Now he goes. Now the hogs are in. He hasn't waited for that king to die, which is a good thing. He's gone and gotten on with his business whilst that king is distracted. The first set of hogs, 15 or so, are going in here. Let's watch. And as suspected, they are pathed to there. Good. Onto the whiz tower. Now they're clearing the way for this second set of hogs at the bottom to come in there, and they have no choice now but to path to the right, away from those double bombs. And the first heal has gone in there. This lot are here, and they're about to get healed. About to get healed. You got that second, and you can see that the hogs are all about to meet in the same area here. And I've got to tell you, this is about as good as it gets with a surgical hog. All those heal spells were bang on, in that they were on the edge of where the hogs were and where they're about to go. And now the king has been battered. You've got some extra archers going in at the bottom. All troops are deployed with 1 minute and 15 left. This is over. I'll speed this up. This is over. It's as good as it gets surgical hog wise. Good job. Good job by Doc there. Very good job, in fact. Boom. Done. Over. What kills hogs? Big bombs kill hogs, as we talked about already, and whiz towers deplete hogs a lot. They bring their strength down. So you always got to be wary of those two things. Cannons, and you know the other stuff. Archer towers don't do much to hogs. I mean, over time they will kill them, but it's the big bombs and the whiz towers that you've got to be wary of with hog attacks. Heal spell placement. This is most probably the thing that people struggle with the most. Those first two spells, generally the technique that you've got to learn first, leave the surgical hogging alone. Leave it alone for a long time. The technique that you've got to learn and that you will develop from hog scouting is the wall technique, where you spread the hogs in a line and you put your first two heal spells right beside each other. Now, if you're a Town Hall 7, you put those heal spells in early. If you're a Town Hall 8 and you've got stronger hogs, you can wait a little bit longer. But as a 7, put them in early. The third one is meant for where the hogs are going to go. And again, I say the key thing here with heal spells is that you put them on the edge of where the hogs are and where they are going to go. That way they are within the circle for as long as possible. That's it, guys. That's the kind of 101 on hogging. We're going to try and do some hog wars, but the only way to learn it is to do it and do it and do it. It takes time, but if you do it and do it and do it, you will get better at it. Don't just use hogs in war, use them in your own raids as well, and you'll become a better player. And I can tell you now, hogs are a lot more fun than drags. Drags, you kind of leave them. Hogs, you're kind of proactive with all the way through the raid. And it's awfully good fun. So yeah, get hogging and see you in game. Good luck.